Yeah, so we back again. This is our live that was supposed to do yesterday. We had some glitches here, but I'm going to bring in my aunt Renee Myers, and we're going to talk about the virtual summer party webinar that's tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. EST. Let's see. Pop, 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 pop. Hey!
We did it! We did it!
We
Hey,
did it.
nephew!
How are you?
Hi!
I'm good. What changed? What
A girl occasionally has to update her app, apparently.
Oh, okay.
This is what her social person told her, like, did
Yeah.
you update your app? So I
Yeah.
did that with some trepidation, but we are here. We
We're here.
persevered.
Yes,
Yes!
yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome. People,
Thank
this is my
you.
Aunt Renee Myers. She's a DEIB expert and she's CEO, speaker, all the beautiful things. And she is hosting a virtual summer party webinar tomorrow that I want all you guys to come and join the fun. And in this discussion for this live, we want to talk about the intentions behind the virtual summer party and where it's going to take us in the future and how important it is to celebrate and have joy moving through our vessels and our souls for the highest good. So, hey, you're here. Let's talk about it, Auntie. So, can we get
Hey,
into
and
like
you're
the
going to be
intention?
at the party, so I'm so excited.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah,
going to
yeah.
be speaking
Yeah, this
with a
weekend.
lot of the other really fabulous people. So I'm excited to hear what you're going to say.
Yes. So can you tell us like how did this come about? Can you get into like the context or the details of like this turning point of, you know what, we gotta allow joy back into our life. Let's host a discussion, have a few panelists and performers come together as one.
Yeah, for probably the last 7 months since January,
Yeah,
and when our world really started to shift, my company has been presenting a lot of webinars on substantive things, sort of trying to address the needs that people had. And when we got to the July planning, we're like, what do we want to talk about? And then we just was like, you know what? It's been a hard 6 months.
yeah,
And it's the summertime. And why don't we actually spend some time coming together to mark what is also true? Like,
yeah,
it is true that this is a hard time. It's been very difficult. It's hard to keep your spirits up. And at the same time, all around us, all the time, there's a lot to be grateful for. There is a way in which our joy is still ours, and it's the thing that cannot be taken away from us. So can we do a thing that allows people to come together in community
yeah,
and also have some fun,
yeah, yeah,
right? And be inspired, because it's going to be a long journey. I thought and hoped earlier on this year that this would, people would come to their senses and we would understand what was going on, but and like move away from it. But it looks like we're in for a longer time, and so you have to stop and
yeah.
rest and enjoy and celebrate in order to be able to continue.
Yeah, and I think it's important for people to know more behind the scenes what you do and based on what you were talking about, how important it is to have joy in your life when you're going through a transition, a change, or challenge to get to the other side, and how this is part of a recreation, a recalibration, an adjustment to live in these times of change and transition. Can you kind of give a little bit of behind the scenes of like the DEI space you've been in, what you do, and who you are to people who don't know?
Absolutely, absolutely. And my new friend, a woman named Talani,
Yeah,
actually gave me this word, which I think is really a perfect word to describe where we are right now, liminal. She's like, we are in the liminal space. It's
let me
the
know.
space in
Yeah,
between. It's the space where there's often a lot of confusion, there's transition. It's like we're right in that situation. Like you said, we are going through a period to get to a better period, but
yeah,
in the meantime, right in that space, it's tough, it's hard, and we are we are learning that there are things that we took for granted,
Mm.
like diversity, equity, inclusion. Like, you're like, who's going to be against diversity since we are diverse,
Yeah.
inclusion since everybody really wants to feel included, right? And equity, which is just fairness, and justice, which everyone says they're about. Like, who would think that that would come under assault in the way that it has, with the kind of misinformation and the distortion and the hatred and anger that has followed? And so, for me, as a person who's done this work for 30 plus years in professional settings, and has certainly been working through myself personally to really embrace difference and to really understand how to include people and to make things fair, what we've had to do is to ask ourselves the question, what do we really believe in?
Mm.
What's our vision? Because, there's been a lot of fear, and this administration and all over the world, right? There's just fear. And the thing about fear is that it's contagious,
Wow, that's really good.
but so is faith, so is hope, so is gratitude. And it's sort of like, which thing are you going to put most of your energy and focus on? Both things existing at the same time. I'm not saying that these aren't bad things. Yes, yes. And as I said before, like, I'm just grateful. Like, I woke up this morning and I was grateful. I'm grateful that I've had 30 years in this work so that I feel firm and rooted. I'm grateful that I have you and my family. I'm grateful that I feel like the best use of me is to throw a party. I mean, which is so hilarious, right? Because
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't really throw virtual parties,
yeah.
but that was the message that came to me. And I think that we all have to find the spirit that's
Hmm.
in us that is whispering.
Yeah,
This is a space, it feels uncomfortable, but there is also a lot of joy.
yeah,
We woke up this morning, they're just life. You know what? People have been saying life is lifing, and
yeah.
it's true, right? To try to encompass all of this. But I'm also thinking that life is always seeking life.
Mm. It's great.
It's always seeking life. It's never going backwards, y'all. I don't know. A bunch of people are trying to push it backwards, but they're going against what is the truth, which is, the truth is, like, life is always looking to grow, to evolve, to expand.
Yes, yes. Evolution, growth, growth is life. I did a live yesterday on the topic of stop complaining. We have to stop complaining. But now talking to you today, I think we, insert joy for the complaining. Because when we live from a place of joy and gratitude and we be present, we understand, okay, this is a cycle of life that I'm in. And I don't
Hmm.
have to complain about it. I can be one with it and I can choose my joy in it and have grace and compassion for myself to get where I want to go. So this virtual summit summer party is a celebration of life, because life is
Yes.
always seeking life. We don't
Yeah.
have to live in fear. We can live in faith. We can have hope. We can have love. We can be intentional about our choice of joy when we want to complain or be upset, overwhelmed, or frustrated. We can choose joy. So, with your presence, your essence, and everything you've done for our family, the world, life, that is diversity, that is inclusion. So, we want people to be included in the party we're having to celebrate joy as a space of living life. No matter where
Yes.
life is taking us or the circumstances are trying to do within us, we don't have to become the fear we see or we think we're seeking. We can become love. We can become joy. And this is why we want to call people into this space. Join us tomorrow, July 24th, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. EST. Click the link in my
Yes.
bio. Join us. I'm serious. This is more about It's more than being diverse. It's more about love. It's about collective community coming together as one. We need each
Yes.
other. We get through life through people, not
You
by
know,
ourselves, you know?
we are so often, I think we are just misguided sometimes,
Yeah.
or we've bought into this idea that we're separate. I know it's like confusing. We have these bodies and they kind of
Yeah.
move along independently. And so
Yeah.
we actually don't recognize that we are completely related, that
Yeah.
we are one, and that if we aren't coming together as one to evolve, right, and to
Yeah.
share our joy and our gratitude and our love, if we're not doing that, then we're not with life. You got to get in with the
Yeah.
flow. And it's the thing that you said about fear too, is like the choice, the intentionality. Like I was walking with my friend yesterday and she's waiting to hear some information.
Mm-hmm.
And this, if she hears what she wants to hear, it's going to be great for her. And if it doesn't, it will be like deep, deep disappointment. And
Yeah.
so she was saying, I've been so anxious. And then she said, I had this moment where I realized I could choose courage. She's like, I
Mm.
could summon up some courage and decide that whatever, I'm going to be all right. And I was like, yes, you can be an anxiousness. You can do that all day long. But what I have discovered is that energy, because it's all energy,
Energy. Yes.
we are energy. That's why we are one, right? It's all energy. So where you want to spend your energy, it can be around anxiousness. Everybody understands that,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
But I don't know if everybody understands that there is something about that energy that makes positive energy almost impossible. It makes imagination impossible. It makes vision limited. And it uses up like your goodness when you could be directing that energy into something bigger and better and more fulfilling.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's not easy because the thoughts keep creeping back in. Like, but what if? And on tomorrow, 5 to 7 p.m., get the
Yeah.
registration, register. We're gonna have, first of all, we're gonna have like music, because music is so important, I think.
Sound. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an energy in itself. So there's going to be music, there are going to be performances, there's going to be singing, there's like an fro yoga, there's line dancing, okay? But there's also like these beautiful folks who are living life and sharing inspiration. And so come and be inspired. If you don't feel it, I get it. You can't pretend, but allow yourself to be infected and affected by the spirit
Yeah.
of joy.
Yeah. And it's important because I want to preface this with the space we're in the world. I want to bring astrology into what's happening in the moment in life for all of us and what you're doing that I just thought about. So we were 16 years prior. We was in Pluto was in Capricorn. Capricorn is usually the individual, the leader. I want to get to the top, the CEO. Look at me, I. The now we're in Pluto's in Aquarius, which is more we, humanitarian, humanity. How do we come together? How do we find justice? How do we find wholeness together? So what we're creating within this party is how do we come together as one and not the one that everybody's giving love to? How do we be the love together? So the towers are falling. That's why these structures and things are changing, because the people that think they're at the top, they're crippling. So we got to come together collectively and say, how do we become the leader together and
Yes.
co-create a home where we feel safe and say, look, this is what I'm going through, but you know what? Let's celebrate. Let's have joy. Let's be intentional, and let's enjoy a good party in the middle of the summer,
In the
right?
middle of the summer, right?
Like,
Right. And I think because your point about the we is that we need we need each other to imagine a thing we've never seen before.
there it is. Yeah,
What we want, what we believe is possible. is something that has to be created from something we don't know already. It's unlikely you alone will come up with that. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
It's really about the fusion of so many different perspectives, backgrounds, experiences, intelligences, all coming together to actually achieve a common goal.
yeah.
And for me, that common goal is peace
Mm,
and its integrity, and it's about really being compassionate. And I mean, technically, it's about love. It's about the beloved community.
yeah,
And I used to think that the beloved community was like one community. And I was like, how is that all going to happen? But what I'm thinking now is that all of us have a sphere of influence. All of us have followers. All of us have like places that we live. Can we turn every community we're in into a beloved community?
there you go.
And
Yeah,
what would that look like? Because ultimately those things will merge, right? But when sometimes people think it's so big and they're like, I don't know what I could do. You're like, what about in your own home? Like, what
mhm.
about in your own neighborhood? Like, can you make it beloved? And so, um, and can you have fun? And can
Can
we
you have
remember to
fun?
laugh? Can we remember like just the medicine
Hmm.
of
Yeah.
laughter?
It's
Yeah.
I tell clients the fun brings the funds energetically, right? When you
Yes.
have fun, your nervous system is relaxed, you feel safe, it brings funds, it brings opportunity, and to go back to community, the chaos we might be experiencing, this communal space is bringing us connection. So chaos to connection is the community that we're seeking.
Yeah,
We
I
want to be
love that.
connected again. We want to come together. So, is there any details or that people should know about? Like, I have the link in my bio where they can go and
Yes.
register. Is there
Or you can
something else
go
we should
at
know?
Vernā Myers. Yep,
Yeah,
Vernā Myers. It looks like Verna, y'all, but it really is Vernā, but it's okay,
yeah,
right? You can get it there on our website, vernaymyers.com. Register. I think we already have hundreds of people coming and we want
yeah.
more. We
We want
want
more.
1,000
Thousand.
people
1,000 people.
partying together. And also, I think, you know, it's 2 hours. If you can't make the 2 hours, you're gonna miss a few fabulous people, but just come
Yeah,
on by. Like stop on by. Get the breath, you know, get the reminder that we are all good and capable and that we are here. I mean,
yeah.
that's the thing. Like joy is almost resistance in this moment, right? Because we are here
Mm,
and we aren't going anywhere and we are and love is here and peace is here and because it's in us. And so, you know, we can't be defeated. You know, I grew up in the black church, in the Christian church, and we were always talking about this joy I have, the world didn't give it to me and the world cannot take it away. And
yeah.
so that's what this is. Lots of poems and music and dance and just words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom, joy. Come join us tomorrow. Register right now. Go to the link in my bio. If you need some help, DM me. Join us. We want 1,000 people register. We want 1,000 people showing up. There's going to be dancing, singing, speaking. I'm going to be speaking about joy and how it's changed my life and how I transitioned from chaos to my divine connection to create and be a part of a new community, a soul family within myself for those I get to serve every day. And my aunt is someone who I love. She's inspired me. She's amazing. She's empowering. She's phenomenal. And you need to definitely be in her energy because she's seen it all, done it all, and she's continued to expand it all for the highest good of your joy, our joy together. So tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., join our
Eastern
virtual
time, by the way.
Eastern time, yeah, summer webinar party. Is there anything else you want to say or leave out there for people to know, just in general, about the summit, about the webinar?
I just want to say to you, thank you so much for sharing this live with me.
Yes.
Thank you for agreeing to be part of our party tomorrow
Yeah.
and one of our special guests. And thank you for all the growth and all the work that you are doing because it's blessing the world. And all of
Yeah.
us, thank you for showing up and caring. And yeah, every one of us has the ability to. That's the other thing I want to say. I believe in the ripple. I
The ripple.
believe in the ripple effect. A lot of times folks are like, but I'm just one person. I know this is one thing. But we actually know, and this is like, cosmic. You got to get cosmic at this juncture, right? You
Yeah.
got to go quantum, right?
Quantum. Yeah.
Which is everything we do in the direction of love and compassion and peace ripples its energy, and it can make so many positive ripples, and it can cancel out a lot of the things that are going wrong. People don't understand that. They think I'm just one person. But Stephen Hawking apparently said that one person who brings that positive energy can wipe out the negative energy of thousands. Think
Wow.
about that.
Yeah, that's powerful.
Think about that. So
Yeah.
get cosmic, get
That's
quantum. See you tomorrow,
come to
5 to 7
party.
p.m. ET.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Love you, Auntie. I see you
Love you
tomorrow.
too.
Be
You're the
great.
best. All right. Bye. See ya.
All right, people. So tomorrow, join us 5 to 7 p.m. It's going down. Bring the energy, bring the positivity, bring the love, and bring your joy. We see you soon. Peace. Register right now. Go. Go register. I need your energy. I need your energy. We're going to keep it going. All right? Tomorrow, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. EST webinar via Zoom. I'll see you guys.